Okay, so this one is a little long overdue. Being the holiday weekends, all this stuff that's come up, got really busy with work and family and traveling, and this is probably going on the longest wait period between videos I've done so far. But this is the Benchmade North Fork folder clone that I bought off of Wish, the Benchmade Hunt. So I owned one of these before, and I was able to notice small little differences right off the bat. Initially, when I pulled this out of the box, I was pretty happy with it. I'm still pretty happy with it as it sits, having used it this whole time. But I mean, for what I paid for this was right around, I think, like $30, 25, $30. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. But what I paid for this and what I've been able to do with this, it's been a very good knife for what it is. I didn't use my authentic Benchmade to do the things with this one that I did, which I guess is like a plus for the clone here, because I didn't spend $180, $200 on this knife, so I felt like I could take it out and beat the crap out of it comfortably, and that's kind of what I did. I shaved down wood off of dowling rods. I cut zip ties, tape, cardboard, plastic. I used the tip of this to unscrew a Phillips head screw, and it didn't take any damage to the cutting edge of the blade at all. It did dull out a little here in the middle, but I was using that to shave wood off of dowling rods to make little stakes for a project I was working on. Not a lot. Well, I mean, it still cuts with some pressure, some force to, whatever I'm cutting. But it did dull down here after using it to shave down wood, as most knives will, if you've ever had a knife for a long period of time and done the kind of stupid things I've done with them. As it sits, I am probably going to shelve this one. This isn't going to be like the 565 Bug Out, which has turned into a must-have for me. Again, I'm talking about that in another knife video, because it really blew my mind how effective having that knife around at all times was for me, and I'm going to be excited to throw it back in my pocket and my everyday carry as well. But this one I'll probably box up and put in the drawer, just because I'm moving on to the next knife to test. But the handle's a bit short for me. I did have one downside to this knife, and I don't know if you can see it here well, but because of it looks like a normal size handle for most people is, but I've got a very wide hand, and so when I was removing the quick action functions, the blade would come down, and the first 3 days it actually cut the palm of my hand in that final close, and I've got 3 little light scars. You can't hardly even see them now, but it cut me 3 times in 3 days while I was getting the feel for the knife, just because the handle's a little shorter than pretty much everything else I use. But once I got past that, got that user error, got the real good feel for the knife and how to work it. I got stuck there. I let it go too soon. But once I pretty much got the feel for it, no more cuts, no more nicks. And that would be the only downside I really had with this knife. But again, you could chalk that up to user error, because I didn't think ahead when I started using it that it's got like a ½ an inch shorter, and that little ½ an inch was just enough to get the blade to cut me. Just the tip of it, enough to draw blood, leave a little paper cut type scar on the palm of my hand. Nothing, you can't even notice it unless you're really looking for it. So it's, as it stands, I would recommend this knife after using it for the last 3-4 weeks. Anybody that's looking for a good thick-handled, sturdy knife, you can see here this blade is just thick, really thick. It stands up a lot. Like I said, I did have some dulling here, but that was shaving wood off of dowling rods. It was probably 30 or 40 strokes through the wood, getting them into points to stick in the ground. And that's about all I found with this that was a problem. I used the tip to take a Phillips head screw out, didn't break it, didn't damage the blade part. Here, the cutting edge. Everything is sturdy. Everything is still, just real tight. The mechanisms I probably got a little dust in there from my pockets, but I mean, look, it just still pretty loose when you're trying to flip it out and use it. I probably pulled it out 10-15 times a day. I cut everything with it, and I would recommend this if you're looking for an everyday carry. I'm pretty sure these scales aren't wood. I could be wrong, but I think they might be a plastic. I feel like that's almost a little better. If it is plastic anyways, you're dropping it, chunking it on stuff. You know, it could be wood. I could be wrong. But this is the Benchmade North Fork Folder, Benchmade Hunt. And after 3 or 4 weeks, I'd give this knife an 8 out of 10. And held up pretty well. I didn't bend the clip, didn't break the clip. Got a couple little tiny paper line scars on my hand from it. But again, that was my fault. So if you have any questions, if you have anything you want to see me do to it, I can always put up another video with less breathing in the background that I did last time. And for you, those of you that asked about it, I think you're going to be happy. I think one of you ordered one of these based off of my unboxing video. Yeah, I mean, I hope you end up liking it, because this is a fun little knife for me. Unfortunately, it's going to go in the drawer now, so I can bring out the next knife and do another unboxing of that one. If you have any other knives you're looking at on Wish right now, because I'm not spending big bucks on any knives after Christmas, especially any knives you're looking at buying on Wish that are reasonably priced, let me know, because I need to start getting a few more ordered, you know, so they have time to get here, because it takes about a month for each order to come in. And if you're on the fence about something, let me know. I'll try it out. I'll pull it out of the box, show you, and then I'll run it through a couple weeks of putting it through the test and give you my honest opinion. All right. Thank you, guys.